How were the pyramids really built? The most fascinating theories and rumors: the Great Pyramids of Egypt, particularly the Pyramid of Khufu or the Great Pyramid of Giza, are more than just architectural wonders. They are, quite possibly, the greatest enigma of the ancient world. Towering nearly 500 feet high and composed of over 2 million stone blocks, many weighing several tons each, the pyramid was built over 4,500 years ago. But here's the mystery: how was it built, and why can't we replicate the feat today with complete certainty? Mainstream historians suggest that it took about 20 to 30 years to construct the Great Pyramid. It was supposedly built by a workforce of tens of thousands of laborers, possibly as many as 100,000, who toiled day and night. These workers weren't slaves, as once believed, but rather skilled laborers, engineers, and farmers working in off-seasons. They were housed in well-organized workers' villages and given food, shelter, and medical care. The standard theory argues that massive blocks were quarried locally or brought from farther away, in the case of the granite, all the way from Aswan, nearly 500 miles south. They were then dragged across the desert using wooden sledges, ropes, and greased slipways, and finally lifted into place using an elaborate system of ramps made of mud brick and limestone chippings. Some scholars suggest a straight ramp extended out from the pyramid's base. Others argue for a spiraling ramp built around the structure. But here's the problem: no definitive ramp system has ever been discovered. For a ramp to work, it would have needed to be larger than the pyramid itself, especially in the final stages of construction. So where is the archaeological evidence for that? It's never been found. This missing piece has opened the door to alternative theories, and some of them are incredibly compelling. One of the most enduring and controversial ideas is the ancient alien theory. Popularized by authors like Eric von Daniken and TV shows like Ancient Aliens, this theory suggests that extraterrestrial visitors may have either helped build the pyramids or passed advanced technology to early civilizations. Proponents of this theory point to mathematical anomalies in the pyramid's dimensions. The Great Pyramid encodes the value of pi, the golden ratio, and even the dimensions of the Earth and Moon, all allegedly before such values were widely known. Even more strange is the precise alignment of the three pyramids of Giza with Orion's belt, and their nearly perfect orientation with the cardinal points of the compass, north, south, east, and west, with a level of accuracy that rivals modern satellite data. Could ancient people, without modern instruments, really have measured and aligned structures on this scale with such precision? The alien theory often gets dismissed as fringe, but its popularity speaks to a larger truth. Our existing explanations still leave us with unanswered questions. Another fascinating theory involves lost ancient technologies, not from aliens, but from humans themselves. Some researchers believe the ancient Egyptians may have had tools or methods that have simply been lost to time. This includes ideas like sonic levitation, where sound waves or vibrations were used to lift heavy stones, or magnetic manipulation, though there's no clear evidence to support either one, yet. Ancient legends and temple carvings sometimes show strange devices or lights, leading some to believe the Egyptians knew more than we give them credit for. One controversial but intriguing theory is the geopolymer casting theory. Proposed by French materials scientist Joseph Davidovits, this idea suggests that the stones of the pyramid weren't carved and hauled at all, but rather cast in place like concrete. According to this view, the Egyptians used a mixture of crushed limestone, clay, and water to create a type of limestone slurry, which they poured into molds. Once hardened, these blocks would resemble quarried stone, but be easier to shape and fit. Some microscopic studies of pyramid blocks show unusual air bubbles and chemical signatures, possibly supporting this theory. But mainstream archaeology remains skeptical, pointing out the lack of direct evidence for molds or widespread mixing stations at the site. Then there's the water shaft theory, which suggests that the pyramid's internal structure might have been used as a kind of hydraulic system. This idea proposes that the builders manipulated water pressure or buoyancy inside hidden chambers and shafts to help lift and position the blocks. The fact that the pyramid has strange sealed shafts and chambers, some of which haven't even been fully explored, only adds to the speculation. Could the builders have known something about fluid dynamics that we're only now beginning to rediscover? Even more mysterious are the internal features of the Great Pyramid. The Grand Gallery, the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, all perfectly aligned, some with massive granite slabs weighing 70 tons positioned high above the ground. No hieroglyphs. No decoration. No record of who built it. No engineering notes. Why would the Egyptians, a civilization famous for recording everything, leave no definitive blueprint for the construction of their most impressive monument? And let's not forget the geological evidence. Some researchers argue that the Sphinx, located near the pyramids, shows signs of water erosion, not wind, which could suggest it's much older than previously thought. If the Sphinx predates the pyramids by thousands of years, it raises even more questions. Did the Egyptians inherit this site from an even earlier civilization? Did they possess forgotten knowledge passed down from the distant past? What we're left with is a riddle wrapped in layers of theories, evidence, and legend. Each theory, whether mainstream or fringe, answers some questions, but none answer them all. What we do know for certain is that the construction of the pyramids required an extraordinary understanding of engineering, mathematics, astronomy, and organization, all at a time when the rest of the world was still in the Stone Age. The real mystery may not be just how the pyramids were built, but how such advanced knowledge emerged so early, and why so much of it seems to have vanished without a trace. In the end, the truth may still lie buried beneath the sands of Giza. Until then, the pyramids will continue to captivate the world, not only as marvels of stone, but as symbols of a lost chapter in human history that we may never fully uncover. What do you think? Were the pyramids built by brilliant engineers, guided by ancient knowledge, or something far more mysterious? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's biggest mysteries.